Hello friends, welcome back to Mr. Movie's channel. This time, we're going to talk about the movie As the Gods Will. This movie tells the story of a life or death struggle in completing dangerous games. In this film, there are some pretty brutal scenes, so we might skip through some of the visual parts. We also want to warn you that this content contains spoilers. For those of you who haven't watched the movie and don't want to be spoiled, we recommend watching it first. Before we dive into the storyline, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to keep us motivated to create more movie plot content for you. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into the movie discussion. The movie As the Gods Will opens with high school students fighting for their lives as they try to stop Daruma-san, a round red doll, in a traditional Japanese game. In this game, the students must move closer while Daruma-san chants a verse. If they are caught moving when Daruma-san turns around, they will die. The death is both unique and tragic, as their heads explode and turn into red marbles. One by one, the students in the room begin to die, leaving only two survivors, Shun and Satake. They must work together to stop Daruma-san by pressing a button located on the back of the doll. They only have about 1 minute to do so. If they fail to press the button in time, they will all die. With just a few seconds remaining, Shun runs and leaps over Satake's back to quickly reach Daruma-san. At the last moment, he manages to press the button, but only the person who presses the button survives. Satake dies, leaving Shun as the sole survivor. Suddenly, a woman named Ichika appears. She, too, survived Daruma-san in another classroom. They try to escape the school, but are unable to. They then enter a basketball room, where they meet other students who have also survived Daruma-san. The student council president who survived told them to wear mouse-shaped suits. Then, a giant cat statue suddenly appeared and aided the students who wore the mouse suits. The second game began, where they had to throw a bell-shaped ball into a ring on the cat's neck, and they had about 9 minutes to do so. There was one student who was very skilled at basketball, and he tried to shoot a basketball into the ring. The basketball went in, and Ichika threw her toy bell to that student, who then threw it toward the ring. As the bell was about to go in, the cat quickly caught it and threw it back at the student, sending him flying into the wall along with the bell. Shun then came up with an idea to finish the game. He asked Ichika to go into a room, and they made 2 balls wrapped in cloth. The cat saw the ball Shun was holding as a basketball. When Ichika threw the other ball, the cat dodged it, thinking it was real. However, the cat was tricked, and Shun quickly threw the ball. Unfortunately, the ball didn't go in and bounced off. Luckily, a student named Takaru managed to throw the bell into the ring on the cat's neck. The second game ended, and only 3 people survived, Shun, Ichika, and Takaru. The rest who were still alive were killed by Takaru. There was news that high schools around the world were facing the same fate as Shun. Above the city of Tokyo, there was a giant floating city. This city was where the students who survived the games were gathered. When Shun woke up, he was surprised to meet Takase, his old friend from middle school. The third game began. 4 statues entered the room, and the next game was to guess who was standing behind them while wearing blindfolds. After the statues finished spinning and singing, they had 10 seconds to make their guesses. The first to start the game were Tara and Tauka. Tara guessed the wrong name, while Tauka couldn't answer, and their time ran out, leading to their tragic deaths. Then it was Shun's turn to play, and he successfully guessed who was behind him. The third game ended without Takase participating. They immediately obtained the key for the next game. After exiting the room, Shun meets Ichika. However, the atmosphere becomes awkward when Takaru notices Shun holding Ichika's hand. Takaru, feeling jealous, they then face a situation where they must hold hands to avoid being chased by a menacing statue. Next, they arrive in a room that requires 7 keys to unlock the door to the next game. However, among the 6 remaining people, they only have 4 keys. Fortunately, Takaru coincidentally has the remaining 3 keys, allowing them to unlock the room and proceed to the next game. In the 4th game, only 7 people survive. They encountered a bear statue. For this game, they had to answer questions truthfully. If someone lied, they had to figure out who the liar was and point them out. The bear asked the first question, "What is your favorite food?" and everyone answered. However, the bear said that someone was lying, and they were given 2 minutes to find the liar. As time ran out, they pointed to one of them, and the person who was chosen died instantly at the hands of the bear. The second question followed, "Do you like Shun?" 2 women who liked Shun said a yes, while the others said a no. But once again, the bear claimed that someone was lying. They were given 2 minutes, but no one confessed. Eventually, Takase was pointed out by the others, and the bear killed Takase. They completed the mission, but it turned out that the real liar was the bear itself. Only 5 people moved on to the next game. The next game was kicking the can. The rules were similar to hide and seek. One person acted as the guard, tasked with taking the can, placing it in a designated spot, and finding the 4 players hiding before the sun sets. The guard had to find those hiding, call out their names, and lock them in a prison room. To save a captured friend, one must kick the can. However, if they kick the can, it will explode. The guardian for this game is Takaru, who is both highly intelligent and somewhat cruel. However, he has a deep affection for Shun and wants them both to survive the game. As the game begins, the 4 players start hiding. Takaru quickly knocks over the can that was placed on top and moves it to the designated spot, then immediately begins chasing after those who are hiding. It doesn't take long before 2 players are caught. Meanwhile, Shun and Ichika are desperately trying to find a place to hide, but their efforts are in vain as Ichika gets caught as well. Shun, however, manages to hide inside a shed. While there, he spots a suit of armor and hatches a plan to save Ichika and the others. He ties the armor with chains and sets it up as a trap to deceive Takaru. Takaru, thinking that Shun is going to use the armor to kick the can and minimize the explosion's damage, is mistaken. Shun instead uses his plan to drop the armor as a distraction. After that, he rushes toward the can and kicks it. But to everyone's surprise, the can doesn't explode. It turns out that they had all been tricked by the statue guiding them throughout the game. In the end, they managed to complete the game, and as a reward, they received ice cream. They were instructed to finish the ice cream. However, things didn't end there. Suddenly, Ichika, who was with Shun finishing the ice cream, read the writing on the ice cream stick. It turned out that only 2 people could survive as Shun and Takaru. The final game was a test of luck. Unfortunately, at the end of the movie, Ichika, the woman Shun liked, died because of the game, and the movie ended. I hope this explanation of the As the Gods Will movie plot is easy to understand. Don't forget to support this channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and don't forget to share as well. Thank you, and see you in the next story review.